Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Alright, so today we're trying out a couple new mods. We're kind of testing out Jazzy Cats, but we don't have a trailer. It's in the mods folder. But we're actually trying out another mod that is it's called Coyote Breaks. And I'll turn up the sound a little bit of the truck and I'll see if you guys can hear it or not. So can you guys hear that? And you should hear the same thing with the brakes too. Anyways, so that is the mod. We're kind of messing around a little bit today. So those are from the Steam Workshop. I'm just giving them a go because I have not tried them out yet. So it'll be interesting to see how they work out. So anyways, we have a diesel tanker. So we're going to go ahead and disengage the parking brake and we'll go from here. So apparently it's telling us to go right. But it looks like we need to go left. Anyways, we'll give this a go. I hear this sound that I hear with this truck is the same sound I hear a lot with buses. Oh, really? Apparently I just stalled it there. Ooh, this is a heavy trailer for this truck apparently. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Been playing too much with powerful trucks, I guess. There we go. Yeah, that's strange. Apparently, it's just powerful enough, or not, not quite powerful enough to make that make that start in second gear. That's fine. Anyways, so it's a Coyote Break mod that you can get on the Steam Workshop. Pretty easy to select. It's one of the more look for Coyote basically, and you'll be able to find it pretty easily. As I did basically. Didn't have any trouble finding it. I think it's kind of an interesting little mod. Adds a little bit to the game. Every little bit counts, right? So I think right now I only have a few mods installed due to the recent patch. There's this Coyote Breaks. It's like Coyote Parking Brakes and Coyote Breaks. So like when you hit your brake or when you hit your parking brake, you'll hear the sound for both of them basically. So it's kind of neat. There we go. I don't know. Sometimes it's just the little things for me. Still rocking the Peterbilt, as you can see. Don't hit that blockade. That would have been a little rough on the truck. Still rocking the Peterbilt. I tried out the Peterbilt 389, which is pretty nice. It's from it's the one basically from ETS2, and they brought it over by Viper, if memory serves. And it's a pretty nice little truck. I still think it needs a little bit of work, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, yeah, this truck is really underpowered for this apparently. I didn't think I would need a downshift going up that, but apparently I just didn't like it. Anyway, so I am playing with the advanced gearbox setup, so it means I can kind of like do some strange things, like instead of putting the clutch down, like I was talking to an actual trucker the other day, and he was saying the clutch is basically just a footrest. He doesn't actually use it, which is kind of funny when you think about it like that. So made me chuckle a little bit. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm not pushing the clutch in, and I'm just switching it into gear, and then you'll hear it like grind a little bit, and then it'll skip into gear. And that's what truckers do in real life, actually, which is kind of strange. I never knew they did that for a long time, and then just recently, not recently, I guess, relatively recently, maybe within the last month or so, I just, someone let me know, well, I found out kind of through videos and whatnot that a few people actually try it. You can do this in Farm Sim. You can do it in American Truck Simulator, which is kind of neat. So I thought that was kind of cool, so I'm just kind of messing around with it a little bit. We can go up to 105. So that's the reason why I'm kind of messing around with it, trying it. It's kind of interesting. It's a different way of driving, that's for sure. Like it's a little bit, if you are driving normally, it'll definitely be a little bit different because you don't have to put your foot on the clutch as much when you're driving. You still do, obviously, but it's not like every single time like it was before. So it's kind of different. I don't know. I think originally I picked it up from Mr. Moose's, where I think I just randomly came across one of his videos. It was in I was looking, all I did was I was searching for like advanced shifter setup, and I was like, what does this actually do? And that's what I was kind of asking about. And it was in the SCS forums, and his video was linked in there, so I ended up seeing that and seeing what it was about, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So that's why I've been that's one of the reasons why I've been messing around with it, just because I think it's kind of a cool idea, and that's what truckers actually do. So giving it a bit of a go, so to speak. So yeah, it's kind of neat. Also, the Steam Workshop has kind of been an interesting experience as well, because what's happened is there haven't been that many mods. It's like there's some that get posted there, but not a crazy amount, it seems like. A lot of the mods that are getting posted are still in the traditional websites, basically. So it's kind of interesting. That's a weird view. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, the reason why that's happening. I think it's partially due to the fact that if they post them through the website, they might get a bit of a cut of the money, and that might be part of the reason why they're going through the website still, as opposed to putting it on Steam Workshop. Although for Skyrim, I don't know if it's still the case, but originally in Skyrim they had some paid mods, so maybe we'll see something similar for SES, but I don't suspect that coming anytime soon, but it's possible, right? Like, it's definitely something that it's you could see, basically. You definitely could see it. So, I don't know. It's not, I guess, it's not impossible, is what I'm trying to say. There actually did happen a little bit in ETS. There was a truck, a modded truck that you could get that was actually a paid mod, which is a bit strange, and some people were totally against it. That wagon just totally went that lane and came back. So there was a paid mod. It was a Kenworth K100. That was like $25 or something like that. Really nice looking mod, but a lot of people disagree with the fact that it was a paid mod, so, which I can understand. I can understand that. So it's one of those situations where people are like, I'm not really into paying for it. So, interestingly enough, I was talking to Landy Kid the other day about mods on Steam. And one of the really nice things about mods on Steam, through the Steam Workshop, is the fact that mods will automatically get updated as they get updated in the Steam Workshop, which I think is really neat. And that's going to go back up to the... That's annoying. So I think that's really neat. So the nice thing about that is you won't have to go and find the updated version. It'll just automatically get updated when the modder updates it, and that will be the difference, right? So it'll be a question of how fast the modders are to update the map or mod, as opposed to, you know, waiting for SES or something like that. I don't know. So it's I think that's really neat. I didn't realize that happened, actually. So when I was talking to Landy Kid and I discovered that, I was like, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, and I like the fact that it does that, because with ETS, that was one of the annoying things about it, is because oftentimes what will happen is there'll be an update or a patch or something, and then all your mods are broken, or almost all of your mods are broken. So it creates a very annoying scenario, because you're like, okay, I want to play, but now I need to update all my mods before I can play. With Farm Sim, there are updates, but the updates don't break the game as much, it seems, or maybe Farm Sim doesn't get updated as much. I don't know what it is, but it's something. So maybe it's a little bit of both. Who knows? So I think it's I really think that's a cool feature, if I do say so. Like, when I learned about it, I was a little surprised, actually, because way station. Every time I've been driving the last little while, I'm getting pulled over by the way station. Some people never get pulled over, but I feel like I get pulled over like every single time. Every time. There we go. One of the cool things, though, is they did say they just start showing you how much your vehicle, your whole rig actually weighs now, which is kind of neat. So apparently I weigh And I'm not going to be able to start in 5th gear. Helps if you put it in the right. I really need to find a better button for the high-low gears. Because what's happening is every single time I slow down like that, and then I have to go back into the lower gears, I always forget. So I feel like if I had a switch, that might be helpful, I don't know. Because what happens is, like, it's just a button press, so like if you forget to press the button, it'd be like, what's going on? And then you do what I just did there, install the truck. Call me a rookie driver, but that's what happens. Oh, the hills. I did see a couple mods for like 2,000 horsepower engines and 1,000 horsepower engines and all that jazz, but I didn't pick any of them up. I just stuck with a few small ones for the time being, and maybe we'll see some other ones. Maybe we'll see some other ones get added later on. I don't know. One of the things I'm not sure about, and I think you can do it with Steam, but I'm not 100%, is I think you can make like a collection of mods. I think. So there's Steam Workshop, so I may try to do that. We'll have to see. If you can do it, what I'll do is all the mods I have, I'll just put them into a Steam Workshop collection, I guess, and then go from there. But unfortunately, not all the mods you're going to get are going to be all from the Steam Workshop, right? So that's going to be the one downfall, because not everybody's going to release their mods in the Steam Workshop, because you have to jump through a few more hoops to get it on there. And unfortunately, I don't think every modder is going to want to jump through those hoops to get their mod on there, so that was my cup, in case you're wondering what that sound was. I'm using a Contigo cup, and then what happens is you have to let out the pressure before you start drinking out of it, or else you could get all the hot vapor in your eyes. I'm speeding. Where's the posted speed limit? Oh, 89. Alright, you got me. I'm speeding. I wasn't before, but then I got hit. There are actually a few other mods where you can actually adjust how many police officers there are, and you can like decrease them, and you can put like state troopers and stuff in here now, which I think is kind of neat. I didn't realize there were state troopers in the game, but now you can actually add them if you want to, which I think is kind of cool. So if you want to add some, I guess realism maybe might be the word, but I don't know. I don't know where state troopers normally patrol, because I don't live in the United States. We have the OPP, which is kind of like only on the highways, which I'm assuming is something similar to a state trooper, but I'm not certain about that. Alright, well, we'll make up the hill good. Yeah, but that's why I'm like, sometimes those like differences between, like, you know, United States and Canada is like, I don't know what is going on here with this, because I'm not from the United States. So trying to figure out something like that is like, I think that's supposed to be the way it works. So 36 tons is a bit heavy for this truck, apparently. Well, 36 tons including the truck, right? So it didn't like that little bit of extra weight. It can still handle it, but I feel like we could probably put a more powerful engine in here. Make the turn. There you go. Oof. I don't know if you heard the jake brake come on there. That was because we were going down a hill. And I think that's a cool feature. If you know what I'm talking about, basically what happens is if you have the cruise control on and you're going down a hill and you go past your cruise control speed, the jake brake or the engine brake will pop on and it'll actually slow you down. That's the way it works in real life too, which I think is super cool, because I had no idea about that. And then I was talking with Landy a while back, and he let me know that that's the way it works, and I was like, really? And it works like that in the game too, so I tried it out and I realized it worked, and I was kind of like, okay, sweet. All right, we'll try to continue to use that. Well, I'm happy I didn't hit that divider there. I totally could have very easily. Like, I was pretty close to it. You know, just minding my own business, doing my thing. It's funny, I put my tea in my Contigo cup like I was talking about before. And what's happened actually now is I have to be careful because it gets really hot. It stays hot, and you can burn yourself really easily. I might have to sue Contigo for being, you know, contents too hot or something like that. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was an old... no, it doesn't like that. There was an old... There was an old... what was it? It was a lawsuit, I think? I think it was a lawsuit back in the day, yeah. It was a lawsuit against McDonald's. And what happened was somebody burnt themselves with their coffee because like there wasn't a caution hot on the coffee mug or cup, whatever. So they actually sued McDonald's for, like, you know, a lawsuit of whatever it was. I don't know how what the actual thing was in the end, but the person sued McDonald's because the content was hot and they burned themselves and got, like, you know, first-degree burn or something like that, and they actually won. So kind of makes me laugh when I joke about, you know, suing Contigo for the contents being hot. That's the whole idea behind the cup, but like that's basically what people have done that before. Obviously, I'm not going to do it, but some people have actually done that before, which is ridiculous. But some people do it. I suppose if you have the money and you want to make a point, that's one way to do it. Oh. So those Coyote Breaks, I don't know if you can hear them. That's me when I hit the brake. It just chirps a little bit. Those the Coyote Breaks are. Probably should have slowed down there. Speed fines are usually doubled when construction workers are present. At least that's how it works in Ontario. Alright, coming up to our turn. Guess we're going through San Rafael. It's funny, I finally discovered all of the maps. If you look, or all of the cities at least. I finally went to Hornbrook. Last live stream I did, I went to Hornbrook for, like, you know, was like the last place that I needed to discover. And now I've discovered all of California. Hopefully the DLC will come out soon. The Arizona DLC. I don't know where the turn is. Oh, it's up here. Hopefully we'll see the new DLC will come out soon. But we have the Wheel Tuning Pack DLC out now, so you can tune your wheels to your heart's desire now, which is kind of neat. Really? We're getting on to get back off? Okay. This seems like it's not very efficient, but apparently this is what the GPS is going to tell us to do. Alright, get on the highway. Now get off the highway. It happens sometimes. I think it's more... I'm not sure if it's more common in the United States or not, but you see it in Canada. Usually it's down in Toronto area on the 401 where you have like the collectors lanes and whatnot. And then you have like a lane that like hops on the main and then hops off again really quickly. But it's not super common. It can be pretty confusing if you're driving and you see like somebody just hop on and hop off and you're like, what was the point of that? Because that's the only way to get from point A to point B sometimes. It's like hopping on the highway briefly. It's really strange. Sometimes you have to question the way highways were built. And sometimes it just was because of poor planning. We're turning left. Whoa, that was close. Alright, time for a quick sip of water. Tea, whatever. It's kind of cool. I don't know if this was a change, but maybe I just haven't been driving enough, but you can see how they have like the arrow now. I don't know if it always used to be an arrow or not, but for some reason when I saw it the other day I was like, hey, there's an arrow there now. Is that new? I don't think it is, but go, 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 go. Alright. Yeah, so I thought that was new, but it's not. I love those gears. I don't know if you have the same expression in the United States, But we have it in Canada, and the expression is, if you can't find them, grind them. And that refers to if you can't find the gear, just grind it into gear, basically. Which is what I've been doing in this episode, basically. Just like jamming it into gear, and all you hear is... we can turn the engine brake off. Alright. Make this turn. Don't hit anything. I believe this is the right place. Oh. Not wide enough. Like I said, not wide enough. Alright. Let's make that just a wee bit wider of a turn. There we go. Do I want to skip the parking? Well, we may skip the parking if my parking is really that bad. There we go. That's better. I think. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Now let's see. Oh! Just a little bit. Perfect. It's not like we're carrying diesel or anything that could potentially explode, right? Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. Another episode of American Truck Simulator. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. My name's Iain Robson, and I'll catch you guys later.